Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and either are any of these blokes. This is my old mate Buck3t. Buck3t from Yeti clan in the Object 140, the tier 10 Russian medium tank, the one that looks pretty groovy indeed. He's given it a bit of a paint job there, a bit of purple there, a bit of purple on the end of the gun as well as on that top machine gun. We're on Prokorovka, and he is on a little bit of a mission for the Excalibur to get some Ace Tagger Mastery badge to finish off this mission with honours. And if I know Buck3t, he'll pick up a few Ace Tagger Mastery badge for those secondary conditions for those missions for the Excalibur in no time at all. Object 140 has got a pretty groovy 100mm gun, 320 alpha damage, 264 penetration with APCR, which is standard ammunition in the Russian tier 10 medium tank. Artillery finds him, stuns him and takes him for 272 hit points of damage. He pings A2, which is where he reckons the artillery might be, to let his teammates know. If they're trying to do counter battery, maybe they'll do that. 330 penetration with the heat rounds on this 100mm gun. Notice he hasn't instantly gone to use the first aid kit or the repair kit. Instead, saving it for when he might use it. He knows there's only one artillery on the enemy team, and it's going to take him a while to shoot again. So why waste the first aid kit so early on? 0-0 is the score. 272 damage taken so far from the GW Tiger P, the tier 8 German artillery piece. He's looking towards the eastern hill, where you can see on the minimap lots of his teammates have gone on the hill. Looks like they're getting ready for a push. Looking at the right hand side of the screen, the 50 TP might be a pair of them. No, the other 50 TP is sniping like a champion over there in the southwest. But one of the 50 TPs going for a push, giving Buck3t some beautiful vision on these enemy tanks. He gets a shot into the T62A for 254 hit points. He gets some assisted damage as well because he knocked the tracks off the tier 10 Russian medium tank as well. The M53, M55 on Buck3t's team, clearly looking at where Buck3t was pinging earlier, and he got the counter battery for the GW Tiger P, getting rid of the tier 9 German tank destroyer. No problems whatsoever. That's going to really allow Buck3t in his Object 140 to really stretch his legs on this map, not having to worry about the artillery. However, he did get shot and set on fire. He taps the 5 key. Lucky he's got a large repair kit there. Fixes all those modules that just got damaged in his tank. I think it was the ammo rack, the tracks, and something else. Maybe the engine. I think it was the engine. Probably the engine and the fuel tanks. And of course the tracks. 3-0 is the score though. Buck3t's up to 982 hit points of damage. He has lost a bit of hit points, mainly due to the fire that the T62A that he got a shot onto not too long ago, as well as the artillery piece early on. 3-0 is the score. At least he'll be happy enough to know that there's no need to worry about artillery in this game anymore. The artillery on Buck3t's team doing its job, getting rid of that German artillery piece early on. 3-0 is the score, 11.5 minutes left on the clock. He's up to 982 damage, 609 assisted damage. Start the artillery piece pinging the map saying, look, I'm ready to shoot there. He shoots towards the WZ111 1-4, doesn't quite land the shot. Misses another shot on the Chinese heavy tank, just taking his time aiming. Now he has thrown a few blind shots in that general direction towards where those enemy tanks were, pushing up towards that hill, but I reckon they'll be retreating pretty heavily. The score being 3-0, you'd think the enemy team, only one enemy tank was spotted over there on that eastern hill. However, the Buck3t's friends, they seem a little bit hesitant to push over there. So Buck3t going for a little bit of vision in the middle of the map. His repair kit is off the recharge now, if you like. The LTTB trying to get some vision towards the west of the map. Not getting too lucky. Nothing spotted over there on that western side. Buck3t throwing one or two blind shots towards some of the obvious bushes where light tanks on the enemy team may be. Unfortunately, there's no lights on the enemy team. There is a light on Buck3t's team, which is a distinct advantage on Prokorovka. 3-1 is the score. That E50 got killed. Well, I'm not sure where the E50 was. Maybe on that eastern hill. Lots of tanks going towards the eastern hill now. There's two heavy tanks up the top. It's the IS-3 and the 50 TP. These medium tanks and the Jagdpanzer E100 all sort of converging on that eastern hill now. Even though there's not really much over there to shoot at, the Standard B got all the way down to G2 before he got spotted. Well, the LTB was probably running around in this area, but lots of those tanks in this gully that Buck3t's in now been taken down quite low indeed. The M46 Patton down to 30 hit points. The LTTB on 600 odd. Buck3t looking for the standard B, shoots him in the side of the turret. Another tank goes down. The charioteer gets killed by the standard B, and standard B finally goes down to Boss Dog in the WZ120 1FT, and now they're back up again 4-2. 0 kills to Buck3t from Yeti Clan. In the Object 140, the Tier 10 Russian medium tank. 1,256 hit points of damage done so far. 817 assisted damage. Playing around in the middle of Prokorovka, the 50TP really being hesitant to move forward, is back here with the WZ120. The 50TP is on full health, so is the WZ120 and the Ferdinand. Of course, they're both tank destroyers, and they're not on massive amounts of hit points. The M46 Patton now is pulling back and deciding he's going to conserve his 30-odd health and not risk himself too much more, which on 30 hit points, maybe that's the right thing. It's not the kind of thing I would do, but I've certainly never claimed to be any good at this game. 5-2 the score now. 1,256 hit points of damage by my old mate Buck3t. Buck3t from Yeti Clan. Now he streams on Twitch. Make sure you check him out. The link's going to be down below. Very, very good player indeed. Very patient player as well. I guess that's a good way of describing him. Engaged nicely with the chat. He also plays some very, very good battle. Just seems like a nice guy. So show him some support, show him some love, show him a like, a follow, a sub, or whatever it is you do over on Twitch. 7-3 now the score. He picks up his first kill, getting rid of the second standard B. Those two standard Bs were in a platoon. Buck3t just seemed to do that quite easily. Didn't even need to use premium ammunition. He is running premium consumable of extra combat ration. Just going to give an extra 10% to all crew skills and perks. A lot of the good players do this, folks. A lot of the good players at all. I've had some great luck doing this with my light tank, for the vision, for the camouflage, for the reload time, aim time, all that kind of stuff. Pick your tank. Some tanks it works well with. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on what tank food will work well with and what tanks won't, but a lot of very, very good players tend to use them on their lights and mediums and even on their heavies and their tank destroyers. But of course, you can need to make a decision what consumable you're going to drop should you do that. And most commonly, people will drop the automatic fire extinguisher, and I was talking to somebody last night who highly recommend just using those firefighter directives, which are pretty easy to pick up on with some of the mini missions that are in the game. Shoots and tracks the Fock B, shoots and tracks him again, going for that assisted damage. He did pick up some assisted damage on the Tier 10, is that Tier 10 Fock? Yes it is. French tank destroyer, continues to shoot in his general direction. 3,500 assisted damage he's got so far. He's not in a light tank, folks, this is a medium tank, and I'm tipping he's running a pretty good crew in this tank, as well as of course he's running the extra combat rations as well, which is going to help his vision as well as lots of other things. Get some more assisted damage on the 50 TP. 116 assisted damage, brings his assisted damage up to 3,617 hit points. Nearly 3,500 damage done. Shoots. Did he track the TS5? That's a turreted premium American tank destroyer. Not sure where that second shot went. He didn't track him, so he didn't get any more assisted damage, but he's going to start rolling forward now, keeping the eyes forward for these snipers at the back of the map. Sees the Oods, fires on the move for 312 hit points. Also gets some more assisted damage as the 50 TP gets taken out by the 50 TP on Buck3t's team. 10-5 on Prokorovka, 4,000 hit points of damage done. 36-71 assisted damage. Rolling forward, he'll be knowing that this is going to be an ace. Goes for the kill shot on the Centurion 5-1. Doesn't quite get it, but he does pick up even more assisted damage. Now over 4,000 assisted damage as well as damage done. Just 3 tanks remaining, and there's one of them, the Panther. 8.8. That's a premium tier 8 German medium tank. Picked up the full 1,230 hit points assisted damage for tracking the German medium tank. Brings his damage up to 5,311. Shoots and kills the Oods, the Udes 03, and he's got, I reckon he might get 1 or 2 more shots in towards the Striv. Rolling, shoots him in the side for 280 hit points. He's got 1 standard round remaining. I reckon he'll get it in to the premium Swedish tank destroyer, and again he tracks the tank, picking up even more assisted damage and winding up that win 15-5. Let's have a look at the post-game battle results. Now in game that said 5,041 hit points of damage. Let's see at the result at the end to see if we got more than 5,041 damage with any of those blind shots. Ace Dagger Mastery Badge for my old mate Buck3t from Yeti Clan. You also got the Spider Medal for all that assisted damage you did. We saw over 5,000 assisted damage in that game. Bruiser Medal for doing some modular damage. Fire for effect. 4 bonds for that little performance. He picked up a Confederate Medal as well as a high caliber for doing more damage than anybody else. Confederate for shooting more tanks than anybody else. What did I say that it said in game? I think I said 5,041 hit points of damage in game. There you go, 6,360 hit points with those blind shots. He was throwing a few blind shots towards the eastern hill at the start of the game, and then later on into those bushes towards the west and back in the northwest where the campers often sit. 1,363 base experience, 2 kills. He fired 46 shots, 28 hit, 21 penetrated, a little bit sniped, and some of those sniping shots would have been towards that eastern hill and of course up in the northwest corner as his team were advancing along the western flank. 5,692 assisted damage in the end. That's not too bad at all. 5,692 assisted damage, and he even made some credits with the boosters. I might add, 43,381 credits after tax with a premium account. He did pay full price for those consumables for the. Oh no, it looks like half price because he used the big repair kit and of course food as well. So either he paid half price or he only had to use one. Maybe he'd bought a heap of them at half price like I normally do. He did have the boosters running too. I need to point that out. There's a clan payment and a personal reserve boosters running worth a total of 90,000 credits. So if that wasn't the case, he would have lost roughly 50,000 or 47,000 credits after tax with a premium account. Even worse with a standard account. In that 9.5 minute game, well worth it. 12,000 combined damage on Prokorovka. My old mate Buck3t from Yeti Clan. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch. The link will be down below with all the other stuff I normally put down there. And thanks very much, Buck3t. Really appreciate the replay. What an absolute ripper on Prokorovka. In the Object 140, the Tier 10 Russian medium tank. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Take care and see you all next time.